Hello and welcome to this yoga practice for the hips. This is going to be a fully reclined practice, so come to lie down on your back on your yoga mat. Coming to lie down on your mat, and you may choose to lie to begin with in Shavasana with your legs outstretched, or you may choose to have your knees bent coming up towards the ceiling. And in this position, we're just going to take a few deep breaths. So bring your attention to your breath and just notice what it's doing at the moment. Notice its rhythm, its depth, and its pace. And begin to notice where you feel the breath most strongly in the body. Is that in the abdomen, the lower ribs, the upper chest, the throat, or the area around your nostrils? And maybe begin to notice how your breath is changing, how your breath is changing under your observation. And then maybe bring one hand to the belly, just below the ribs, and one hand to the heart. And start to draw your breath down into the area beneath your lower hands. So breathing into the belly and breathing out navel to spine. Breathing into the belly. Breathing out to navel to spine. Breathing into the belly. Breathing out navel to spine. And then start to breathe into the belly and let the breath expand up into the lower ribs. Breathing out navel to spine. Breathing in belly, lower ribs, navel to spine. Breathing in belly, lower ribs, navel to spine. Breathing in belly, lower ribs, navel to spine. And this time, moving your breath right up into the upper chest. So breathing in belly, lower ribs, upper chest. Breathing out navel to spine. Breathing in belly, lower ribs, upper chest. Breathing out navel to spine. Breathing in belly, lower ribs, upper chest. Breathing out navel to spine. And then let your hands go to either side of your body and breathe in deeply. And as you breathe out, draw the right knee in towards the belly, clasping the knee either on the shin, just beneath the knee, or behind the thigh, whichever is most comfortable for your body. Breathe out, breathe in, feeling into the compression between your knee and your belly. Breathing out. Just keep a few more of those deep breaths, feeling the compression between the belly and the thigh. And then bring your right hand to your right kneecap and maybe place your left arm out on the floor beside you to help you with balance. And then as we breathe slowly and deeply, we start to circle the knee. It doesn't matter which direction we go in, but we're drawing big circles, as big as is comfortable for your body, with your knee. Circling your knee around and around. And the next time you draw your knee towards your belly, take it in the other direction. So circling in the other direction. And feel the movement in your hip joint here. Just feeling the movement in your hip joint. Circling around and around. And the next time you come back to your belly, you just pause here, drawing the knee into the belly again. Taking a deep breath, feeling that compression and then letting it go with the out breath. Then take your hands behind your thigh and raise your leg up towards the sky, bringing it as straight as you can, flexing the toes towards your nose. You can hold behind your thigh or you can hold behind any part of the leg, but not around your knee, because the knee joint can be a bit more fragile. So hold your leg wherever feels comfortable. And from here we're going to start drawing little circles on the ceiling with the heel. So just drawing little circles on the ceiling with the heel. And when you've done that a few times, just reverse the direction, drawing those little circles on the ceiling with the heel. And then pause. And then start to circle the ankle, just circling the ankle, bringing some movement and lubrication into the ankle, and then going back in the opposite direction. And then pause, bend your knee back towards your belly. And we're going to use our hands to very gently move the foot across to the side of the mat and place the right shin over the left thigh. You might want to bring the left foot a little closer in. You can adjust where you have that left foot here. So we've come into a figure 4 shape here with the right shin placed over the left thigh. Breathe in and with your right hand just press into your right thigh. Just press into the right thigh, feeling how that increases the stretch through the right hip joint. Now you can stay here if this feels as far as your body can comfortably go. Or you can take your hands and lift your knee, your left knee, up towards the sky, bringing the shin parallel with the ceiling and holding behind the left thigh. You may flex the foot so the toes are bright up towards the ceiling. And then with your right elbow, just press into the right thigh. Again, increasing that stretch through the left hip. Breathe deeply here. Now you can stay here or come out of it, or bring your left leg up to straight and just stay here for 3 more breaths. All the time listening to your body and respecting its limits. And when you're ready, slowly bend that left knee, bringing it gently down towards the floor. And then using your hands to gently maneuver the right leg back to a standing position next to the left leg. Bring your hands out to your sides and just take a moment to notice how the right hip joint feels. Noticing how the right hip joint feels. Now here you might want to take a prana response, windscreen wipering the legs from side to side. So bring your feet to mat width apart and just take the knees to one side and the gaze to the other. Just loosening out. And even in this movement, maybe noticing the difference between the 2 hips. And when you're ready, coming back to centre, bring your feet hip width apart, your knees bent up towards the ceiling. Breathe in deeply, and as you breathe out, bring the left knee in towards the belly. Now you can clasp it either on the shin or behind the thigh, whichever is most comfortable in your body, and it might be different side to side. Now breathe in deeply into your belly and feel the compression on the in breath and feel it relax on the out breath. Just take a few deep breaths like this. And then when you're ready, bring your left palm to your left kneecap. Take your right arm out to your side to help with your balance. And then start to circle the left knee, making circle shapes with the left knee. And then circle the knee back in the opposite direction, feeling the movement within your hip joint as you circle the knee. You might also notice the movement of the back of your pelvis across the floor as you take these circular movements. And when you're ready, come back into stillness, just drawing the knee in again to the belly and taking a deep breath. And breathing in, stretch the leg up towards the ceiling. Now you can clasp behind the thigh or at any point up the leg that feels right and comfortable to you today. And then we will flex the toes towards the nose and start to draw circles with the leg on the ceiling. So just small circles moving around and around, and then move back and circle in the opposite direction. Just feeling into this movement within your hip. And pause here, and then we'll take some circles with the ankle. So start to draw circles, circling the foot, getting movement and lubrication into the ankle. And then we'll move in the opposite direction, circling through the ankle. And then when you've finished, we'll bring our hands behind the thigh, begin to bend the knee, and then we'll use the hands to gently bring the left foot over towards the right side of the mat, resting the left shin on the right thigh. So we come into a figure 4 shape here. Now here you may take your left hand and press it into the left thigh to increase the stretch through the left hip joint. Now this might be as far as you want to go on this side. The two sides of the body might be different. Or you might choose to start lifting the right leg off the floor, clasping behind the thigh with the hands, bringing the right shin parallel to the earth and flexing the toes towards the nose. Then you can press into the left thigh with the left elbow, if that feels right, bringing more stretch into the left hip. You can stay completely still, or you can bring slight rocking motions into this. And if you feel comfortable, you can increase the stretch by bringing the right leg straight with your sole towards the sky. Breathing 3 times here, or if it doesn't right, coming back to a previous version of this reclined figure 4 pose. And then when you're ready, slowly bend through the right knee, drawing the right sole towards the earth. And then using your hands to slowly and gently move your left leg over. And then pause. And just notice your left hip. And compare and contrast it with the right hip. Just notice the effects of the practice today. And if you wish to take a prana response, bring your feet mat width apart and just rock your knees from side to side, maybe going the opposite direction with your gaze, whatever feels right in your body today. Just easing out the hips, feeling the range of motion in your hips. And then come to stillness, either with the knees raised. You can bring your knees together in constructive rest, or you can stretch the legs out on the mat, coming into Shavasana. And just take a few moments to notice the energy in your body, the prana flowing. Noticing the breath in your body. And letting your practice settle and integrate. You can stay here as long as you like. If you want to stay longer, you may press pause now. But if you're ready, just wiggle your fingers and toes. Maybe take a big stretch. And then start to make your way back to a comfortable seated position. You can draw your cushion back under your hips to help raise them off the earth. Bring your hands to your heart and just pause for breath. Thank you for practicing with me today. May you be happy, healthy, peaceful and free. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me. I'd love to know how this practice landed with you, so please give this video a like. Let me know how it was in the comments. And if you'd like more videos from me, my name is Lucy, you can subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for being here today.